Hello there. Anyone in the chat? So, for the people watching the vote on YouTube, I want to explain what I'm gonna be doing today. And that will give time for people to come to the stream. So, basically, this is the map I have for the Second World War. And I will be transforming it into the First World War. So, like, redrawing the borders of Europe. I don't think I have a lot of things to fix in South America, maybe Ecuador. And, yeah. Yay, people are in the chat. Hello, Green Animations and Andrei Dobre, I see. Tukavian, I'm sorry for the pronouncing. Clover Animations. Hey everyone, can you hear me? Do you hear the music? Everyone, everything okay? I think. So, let me begin. I don't know where to start. I don't need to do a lot of things in Africa, so I'll look into that later. Maybe Denmark is a good place to start right now. They get this part. I am quite unsure about these islands. I don't know if these are Danish. I think they would be. So Green Animations, I'm making a World War map. You're asking for a scenario. I will be making, I think tomorrow I will release the video. What if Spain and the United States, the Spanish-American War of 1898, what would happen if Spain won instead of the United States? I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, but I do need a World War map. And as you see in my content very recently, all of the videos I post are around the World War II time, and this is because I only have this map. I have quite a lot of other maps, but this is the only map that I have right now. Yeah, before I continue, let me just... Okay, you can hear me. I was going to go into my stream. Green, do you think the audio is good? Something to increase the audio, to decrease the background music? Everything good? Let me check myself on my stream. And this is because I think it's good. Maybe the background music is too low. Yeah, you tell me. So, let me begin. I will look into the silence later. Okay, let's go with Germany. Since I am already making the countries around Germany. And this is how I make all my maps, by the way. I do have a lot of maps that are not based on this huge map. So basically, this is, as you can see, a very, very high resolution map. And I do have of countries that are even higher resolutions, but they are only on these countries. And this is basically the giga map, if you want to say that. So I can zoom on any country and I don't have to draw any country separately. That's the idea. I hope you can still see the video once I'm zooming out. I do know that here in Belgium, right now I'm not looking at any maps, I'm just going by memory, and I think I will be most of the time correct. The Dutch didn't get anything in World War I since they didn't participate. Fun fact is that France didn't border Luxembourg. Most maps you see on the internet show you that France kinda borders Luxembourg, but that's not the case. So that's an interesting fact for you. Austria-Hungary need to reclaim. Okay, let's do Poland now. And Memel, and I think I should be done with Germany after that. Oh no, I need to do the colonies of Germany, so a bit more, I think. Okay, that would be Memel. In the Intermarium video I had made, you have no idea how many times I was redrawing these borders of Memel and everything. I hope I get it right. I think that Germany had these bits of land, maybe. of Poland. I'll look into that in a second. That looks about right. Let's see how that looks. I think that's about right. I hope that my keyboard isn't too loud. I just realized that I'm spamming it like a maniac, so I'll try to keep it a bit quiet for you guys. And right here, what's that? Some sort of mistake I did. Let me make it look a bit more pretty. Which means that I need to fix that on my other map. Is that Germany? Looks like it. Okay, Austria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia. Let me see how many people are in the chat. I'm not opening the 4 viewers. Nice. I do think that there is some sort of a delay though. Maybe 30 seconds. No, not really. Okay, so I'll go on. Okay, since I'm making Austria, I might make Italy too as well. I'm not sure about Istria. So, what about this province? I think that the Austrians had it, since Italy looked kinda weird. Yeah, why not just draw all of this by memory and later compare it to an actual map and see how well I did. Since I believe I know all the major things, except, again, Istria. This thing. I think that has to be Austrian, right? With Croatia. So yeah, I think that this used to be the Italian border right here. Which means that we have European Italy completed. Just need to remove some things. Like here. And let's split up Yugoslavia. I'm doing the 1914 scenario. So they'll have big Bulgaria and stuff like that. Which I still need to figure out now that I'm looking at this. But I'll go at it later. Do I draw Bosnia separate? Or maybe like as a puppet state? I think I'll draw it like a puppet state. I don't want to include it into Austria straight away. Because it kinda was the puppet state, it kinda wasn't. Now here it gets tricky. Let's do a straight line. Oh, that's Vojvodina, I don't need to draw over there. I can draw like this, no problem. And connect it. This line was pointless. So that would all go to Austria. Need to give them Transylvania, some bits of Poland, and I think that should be for Austria-Hungary. They didn't have any colonies that I can include on the map. I think that they wanted some things. I remember vividly Franz Joseph Island, which you cannot see on this map, but is basically very, very much up north. And they had something in China, but it's like a very small city. Not like the German actual colony you can see on the map. Which, by the way, speaking of Germany, why don't I just... I know I'm jumping around a bit. Is it this? Qingdao, I think it was its name. Maybe. I'll look into it later. Yes, Germany, over here. China is gonna be easy, since I just need to make all these countries, even Mongolia, the same color. But I'll look into it later, since I'm not very sure right now. Do I have Albania? I do. That's Serbia for you. Let me complete Bulgaria. They did have some small part of Thrace. It should be something like that. Looks a bit too much since I've seen other Bulgarian maps. So this provinces of Hoifor. Not very accurate. Yes, Green, that is a Hoifor map. I'm sorry for the delay, it's my first stream, I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, it's a Hoifor map that pretty much... there is a... what was it site? Somebody in my comments recommended me this site. And these are just all the provinces, so I don't look into Google for all of them. It makes them easier to draw. So yeah, these are the Hoifor tiles, the Hoifor provinces, everything you're familiar with. If you know the name of the site I'm talking about, let me know. Can you make part 3 of What If Liechtenstein Bought Alaska, please? Yes, I'm thinking about it, since it is these two videos, part 1 and part 2, are one of my most viewed videos. So, of course I gotta do something about it. It's just that I don't know what to do. Like, Austria already reclaimed Germany, maybe an Austrian war between the allies. But then how would I title the video? I need to make it something appealing, because I cannot do Liechtenstein bought Alaska part 3. That would be somewhat stupid and nobody's gonna click on it. So for the second part I decided not to do Liechtenstein bought Alaska part 2. I decided to do What If Hitler took over Germany, or initially was Austrian Prime Minister, then took over Germany. And that was a more interesting title. I don't think that if I named it as part 2 of Liechtenstein bought Alaska, so many people would watch it. So that's the main reason. Here on the Bulgarian border, I think that this map is not showing. It's not so accurate. Strumica. Around here there is a village called Strumica, or there used to be. I don't know if it's called like that anymore. But the Second Balkan War started because of it. So yeah, when you look at this thing on a map, think about it. I'm still unsure about Thrace. I feel like it's a bit too much. Like the Ottomans maybe had some... No, I'm sure that the Ottomans didn't have something, but this looks a bit more accurate. Give back Southern Dobruja to Bulgaria. No, this is 1914, so Southern Dobruja, they used to have this piece of land before the Second Balkan War, which is 1913, 1 year before the Great War, or the First World War. So Bulgaria declared war on Serbia and Greece, and later Romania and the Ottoman Empire joined, and they took some Bulgarian lands as a result. So Bulgaria was at war with all of their neighbors, which, as you can see, is quite a lot. Oh, I need to remake the Ottoman Empire. That's gonna be fun, but let's not get ahead of myself. Let's give back the Hungarians Transylvania. I'm sure that a lot of people are gonna be happy about this in the comments. By the way, where are you guys from? Like, everyone, I know you from the comments, some people, but I would like to know more about you. Like, where are you from? Stuff like that. And maybe Austria had... No, I think that Germany has to have this, right? I think they do. Again, I will look into it later, maybe once the stream is over, so I can determine. Yeah, that looks good. And Katowice, all these cities, Lviv, however you pronounce that, like this is Galicia. Now I am not sure about this or this. I look into Google Maps, I don't know. Texas, nice. What do you think about a video where I make like some sort of an independent Texas? Because, as you know, Texas used to be an independent country. And I've been thinking about it. There is not a lot of videos on the on that topic. So I think that it's gonna be a cool video. What do you think? Suomi, Finland. Where was Suomi, if I'm not mistaken? So, Helsinki. I know you have a city right here called Kotka, because that means cat in Bulgarian. Like Turku, Tartu, something like that over here. Suomi. I have heard that, but I don't know. Initially on top of my head. You should paint Russia yellow since you're restoring the Russian Empire. I think I'll choose the color blue since in my... no, I'm sorry, not the color green. Since I used to paint Russia green in my other videos and I want to be consistent. Like, yellow Russia next to yellow Romania is gonna look very weird. So that's why I'm not gonna do it. I still don't know about this region. Like, Romania for sure didn't have Bukovina. So I can... So, if Romania didn't have Bukovina, then Austria for sure would have had it. And on this map it's not exact, so... The Austrian border is gonna kinda suck. I will draw it like this, then off camera I will do some minor fixes. Because the map I am using right now doesn't allow me to be very historically accurate. I do have a hole somewhere in here, right here. Interesting. That's why I couldn't paint. This looks very much like Austria-Hungary, I think. By the way, the guy from Finland, Suomi is Finland in Finnish. Really? I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. I think that I used to know some words in Finnish, but on top of my head, not really. I do listen a lot of to a lot of Finnish music, like metal, specifically black metal. I think that you must know what it is, since it's very big in Finland. So I started learning a bit of Swedish, because I was interested in it. I never got around to Finnish though. I heard that it's a very hard language. Let me fix these. Speaking of Finland, by the way, I'm sorry, but I need to return them to Russia. It's just how the scenario is right now. I'm not finished over here. I suggest that because the Russian Empire did have black, yellow, white flag. Yeah, it was in my Liechtenstein video. I'm aware I have used that flag before, but it needs to be green for the sake of this scenario. And I think that Imperial Russia was represented with green a lot. And obviously Russia right now in maps, like if you see Hoi4 and stuff like that. Actually, let me grab this and increase the opacity like that. I think that that's a good Bosnia, maybe a bit more white. Something like that. To show that it was kinda Austria, kinda not. Montenegro. By the way, I don't have any coins from Montenegro from that time. They are incredibly difficult to find. Or they're easy to find, but too expensive, man. So not worth it for me. Let me grab some other maps. So I need to get some colors. Like Balkans. Ah yes, Balkans, 1910. I use these colors, so let me straight away paint Russia. Are you guys seeing this map? Let me see. We have a hater already. I have a map. Oh, I'm sorry. I Toa Central, I misread what you said. I thought that you said you have a bad map, and I was like, what? Yeah, let me catch up. We had autonomy when part of Russia. Yeah, I've heard that you had autonomy. Like even in Victoria 3, the video game, and some mods of Hearts of Iron. I know that you had your own currency, the Finnish mark, even when part of Russia, but I don't have any. I have a Finnish, it's not mark, I think that it was a penny, like sort of the cent for the dollar. So I have 20 Finnish penny from 1939, I think that before the Winter War. 1 year before the Winter War. So yeah, I have Finnish currency, and I have seen... yeah, that's already a hater. Okay, let me see how I can ban... I'm sorry that you don't like my voice. Nothing I can do, so maybe you can go watch someone else, not me. Are you trying to make world map 1? I have ban map. This is the biggest I've ever seen. If you have Discord. Okay, I can send you my Discord maybe. Or if you want, you can find on my channel the email. Oh, I'm currently showing black screen. You can find my email over there on my YouTube page. And what you can do is you can send me your Discord and I will accept you. Or I will send you a friend request. Yeah. How big is your coin collection? I don't know, in terms of money or amount of coins, or what are you specifically asking? Like, in terms of money, maybe $8,500. I do have some duplicate coins though, so when I account for the duplicated coins, maybe like $2,000. I don't know. In terms of sheer size, like the amount I have, maybe close to 350 coins. I do have all the Bulgarian coins, which is very nice. Yeah, Russia needs a lot more of this one. I think it just doesn't look right in terms of Austria getting all of it. This is gonna be easy, at least. I think that I will represent Finland, something like this. Yeah, that's Finland. Still part of the Russian Empire, but has autonomy, as we just said. What is the stream about? I'm just chatting. I'll be discussing future videos. I'll be asking you questions. You can also ask me questions. And while we are chatting, I will be drawing a map for my upcoming videos. Since I do have a World War II map, but I don't have a World War I map, so I just thought that I might draw the map and chat with you guys, see what you guys think. I'm glad that we have some people. We had some hate, and I think that if people are hating on you, then you must be doing something right. So I accept all kind of criticism, and if you want to criticize me, go ahead. But make sure it's in a polite way. Don't try to insult me, be rational. Don't insult anyone in chat. Just, you know, be a decent human being. Nothing more. Quite literally on the title. Ah, yes. He's making World War map for future videos. Yes, thank you guys for answering this person's question. I think that Russia has all of Sakhalin. So I can do that. And the Kuril Islands, right? No. Do they? I'm not sure about the Kuril Islands. I'll look into it later. Since these kinds of things, no matter how much history you know, it's just beyond me. The Russian Empire. They must have had Tanutuva, or maybe that was part of China. I'm not sure how Tanutuva came to existence, to be honest. Is it like they used to be part of the Chinese Qing China, then they collapsed? Because it looks like they could be part of China, since Mongolia was, if you look at other maps. Grand Duchy of Finland had slightly different borders. I didn't have the right in hand. Oh, alright. Let me see which borders I have. Let's see, Grand Duchy of Finland. Duchy of Finland. Ah, yes, I see what you're talking about. Well, I mean, it's just maybe not this. What was it? Kirkit? No. Something with K, I don't remember. I will be just drawing it and then correcting the borders as I go. For the simple reason that when I tab out, I'm pretty sure that you guys see a black screen. And really quickly, I think that's about right. Maybe this region called Sawa, if they had it, if they not. It looks like they did have it. And this maybe a bit more. Well, not like it was in the Winter War, like the border right here, but for sure a bit more. Okay, what do we do next? Japan only had half during 1919. Okay, thank you for letting me know, but I am doing my borders in 1914 currently, so I cannot do that. Well, I mean, by I cannot do that, I just cannot paint them since... Well, actually, Japan was part of the Allies, so was Russia, so it wouldn't make any sense for any territorial changes to happen right here. So I'll draw them accordingly. This is my... I don't know how I painted Korea. Maybe earlier when I was showing off China. We have this... I'm not even gonna go into Manchuria right now, since that's gonna get too complicated. I think that we're about finished in Europe. Italy does have the roads I want. I read the description, numbers are wrong, lol. What do you mean description numbers are wrong? What do you mean? If you can let me know, since I don't know what you're talking about. In Africa, Libya was very different, so I don't think that it's even maybe it is represented on the map. I'm not gonna go into Libya now. I'm gonna finish off with Germany, the main protagonist. Am I finished right here? Mostly yes. Albania looks about right. Obviously the Ottoman Empire. I'll go into that a bit later. First I want to finish off Germany. Okay, so the colonies of Germany. I think Namibia is very easy to start off with. Just let me have a straight line up to nowhere. I think that the straight line was even about right. So, isn't it strange that South Africa got Namibia? I find it kind of strange, like after the First World War. Because they could have gotten a lot more, like Botswana, stuff like that. Eswatini, Lesotho. Like, why didn't the UK just give South Africa more? That's gonna be interesting. Still thought Sakhalin Island was divided in half during that time period. I don't know. Again, I look into that a bit later, since when I look into it, the screen goes black for you guys, since I have only one monitor. Soon I'll get another one, so better production quality. This is just a test stream right now, and I'm glad that I have some people. We can chat, we can listen to some music. And a bit later I can tell you what videos I'm planning, stuff like that. Other goals for the channel. Yeah. That's Tanzania. Or Tanzania. Like, pronunciation is not my thing. Again, maybe need to change the Portuguese color. Doesn't just look right. So it was Tanzania that was German, if I'm not mistaken, not Kenya. Yeah, it was Tanzania. Then they had Togo, or Togoland, depends how you put it. The description explains which year this map is inspired by. I read 19, which is obviously wrong. The description. Let me look into the description. Oh, it's 1912 to up until 19. It's not. It's not 1919. It's 1912. The year. So right now, I will be making. This is the 1912 version, and oh, that's what Germany wanted. This is the 1912 version right now, and a 1920 I will be making a bit later. So you misread that one. Let's go into Cameroon, which I always thought had very strange borders. Just the panhandle. By the way, guys, what do you think about geography videos? Oh, I accidentally got into the Central African Republic and completely missed half of the country. So about geography videos, like my countries you didn't know used to border each other, that video. What do you guys think about that? Since making alternative history videos is very time consuming, and in the meantime, since I want to upload more regularly, I want to go maybe into some sort of geography videos. Like I had an idea that it was countries that were still at war. For example, North and South Korea, they never signed a peace treaty, so technically they are still at war. And another video idea I had is countries that forgot to sign a peace deal. So what do you guys think about these ideas? Sound interesting to you? Germany had Rwanda and Burundi too. Yeah, I believe so. Thank you. Since there is... Actually, if you think about it, Belgium, they got a lot of land. They got some German land. I think it was called Eupen or something like that. Let me show you. This is modern day Belgium. They got that after the war with Germany. And they also got Rwanda and Burundi, which, I mean, it's awesome for them. So what's the chat saying? I think you can mute me. Imagine having fanboy name Boga. Alright, man. Will this be enough? Yeah, I thought so. I like them, cool ideas. Thank you guys. I appreciate that you like them. What do you guys think about YouTube Shorts? Since I'm thinking about some scenarios where maybe it would be better if I turn them into a short. Let me give you an example. What if Poland had held out Germany for longer? And I think that in the end they will be maybe crushed. But it's like a 1-minute short video where I can explain some very, very quick scenarios. So I cannot, maybe if I'm talking about this Polish scenario right now, it wouldn't be longer than 2 minutes. So maybe YouTube short would be better. Now, Togo. It's kind of interesting since after World War I, Togo was split between France and the UK, which means that some pieces of Ghana, maybe these, let me see how big Togo was. Shorts could be interesting. Yeah, I think so, for some micro scenarios. For example, I do get some suggestions quite often. And about these suggestions, they don't make very long videos. Like, ideally I want to make 10 to 15 minute long videos, but it's just, I say things so quickly and it turns out to be a very short video, like half the time I want. So I look into shorts, create some YouTube shorts. I think that, let me look into Togo right now. Togo, German. The German Togo. How accurate would that be? They for sure were thicker on that side. I think that I just have to eyeball it since this is too much. Something like that, I think, will suffice. I hope that not many historians are just looking at this and saying, no, that's completely not right. Actually, looking at the map, they didn't have this, so it was like this. Something like that. Let's go. And let me delete the border over here. That looks good. And we have all the German colonies in Africa, almost all the Italians. I will do Libya off screen. And let me quickly glance over if I miss anything. Since Libya is very chaotic, I don't know what's going on in Libya. Like, if right now I'm looking at them and they should be something like this. Like, in red, what you see should be Libya. Something like that. And I will eyeball it later, not right now. Okay, let's do the Ottoman Empire now. Russia still has all these, that's good. Kuwait should be still British, I think. Damn, again. People are just... I don't know what's up with you guys, man. I think that that's just one person. And I don't know how to ban your IP, so... Report. Maybe I should do that. What's that? Spam. Let's go. Hide user. Goodbye. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with people nowadays. So on the Sinai Peninsula, let me define it better. And they had Hejaz, maybe. This part of Yemen. Oh, let me check. Ottoman Empire map. And specifically 1912. Yeah, it looks like they had Yemen, or North Yemen, technically. Maybe this island. Over here. German Cameroon. Let me see, I do have a map open for that. Holy shit, yeah. They had very different borders, you're right. They like stretch under here. I think that they yes, they do touch the Congo like that. You're completely right. Actually, I'll write it down as a X, so I know that I need to go back and fix this. Thank you. I was completely going to miss this. And also thank you for mentioning Rwanda and Burundi. I think that I should change the Portuguese colors since Germany is not sticking out. A whole lot. No. Over here. Didn't the Ottoman Empire also... I think that I need to actually open Hearts Fire and 4 to see. But I think that they used to own this. And this was some sort of like this. And then it was split between Yeah, that's too complicated for right now. I will get other maps and overlay them on top and have a better map. Just looking for something that I can do quickly while I can chat with you guys. I do give this. Maybe it's time for Qing China now. 1912. Am I missing something? Let me see. For sure some things with Japan. Okay, let's go into these continents. What was it? Ecuador. Let me see. Ecuador, 1912. Map. Ecuador map. Because I cannot find 1912. Since I need the bigger Ecuador version. Bigger. Ecuador. I cannot seem to find it, so... Another X goes right there. It's something like this. Or maybe like this. I'm not completely sure, but again, leave out an X. Maybe it's these two tiles right here. I just don't know. Let me see if there is any more comments to delete. German Cameroon, Ottoman expanded. Through the Suez too. Through the Suez. Well, they did. Technically, it's kind of complicated topic. So, the Ottomans had Egypt like on paper, but it was administered by the UK. So they did have the Suez, but not really. I will use one map for reference, and it says that the border stops right here. So I don't want to use many different maps to show that. Arabian Peninsula was confusing. Yup. I got to go for a little bit, but I'll be back. Okay, man, see ya. No worries. I think that the UK must have Oman. Yes, South America. I don't think that anything has changed. Like, no countries were independent. No new countries were independent or colonies. Here we have Newfoundland, stuff like that. I think that it's time for China, maybe. Here it's not Iran, it's Persia, but that's a name change. Didn't the British have a lot of influence over here? Maybe not to the extent of actually controlling these areas, but I think that Nepal was pretty close with the British. Here we have the United States, Philippines. Ah, yes, before I miss this, I'm not completely done with Germany. Oh, but I cannot eyeball it, sadly. It's like this. And the upper area belongs to Germany. This is the Bismarck Sea, and they used to own some of these islands and some of these islands. So again, X right here, and I will do it off stream, off camera. Now, Qing China. That's interesting. Qing China. What would it be like? 1912 map. Okay, so Russia definitely has Stanotova, from what I'm seeing over here. It wasn't a part of China, sadly. It would be kind of interesting if it was. And China would get all of these down here. How right is that? I bet. Russian extended in Manchuria. Maybe even here, since... Yeah, I think that looks about right. So let me unite it into one big country. And let me not forget about this island. This island. This is French. There should be some islands over here. Okay. Any new hate maybe? Bro, why is everyone hating on this guy? What are you talking about, Sovereign? I don't understand. If you're talking about this specific guy, maybe I need to spend some time to remove his comments. Let me do that. Remove. Remove. Since other people don't see this. If you're talking about this person, I don't know what's wrong with him. It's like a regular person just making hate. Nothing you can do. All I can do is just ban him. And you know what we can do is just not speak about it. And I'm sure he will be very frustrated that I'm not giving him attention. Also, Taiwan goes to China. And that should be chink done. Taiwan, I'm not sure if they had anything different. I don't think they did, not in that timeline. No new colonies in India. Need to fix Arabia, since that's gonna be very difficult. I'm pretty sure that they have Qatar, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, and the UK must have had Oman as a puppet state, something like that. I think that I'm done with this map. What do you guys think? Have I missed anything? Let me know. I'll be looking into it a bit more, then I'll end the stream. It was good 45 minutes for a first stream. I think it was kinda nice. I'm not gonna end just yet. Yeah, I think that... Actually, what do you guys think about this border? I think that it's fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think that this is really how it used to look like. Oh, by the way, Ireland. That's a big one. Ireland was part of the UK. I think they got their independence in 1922 or 1921. I think that it was 1922. And I don't know. Oslo was called Christiania, if you didn't know that. Oh, this looks about right. The Kuril Islands. Here I need to give Germany some islands. Also these. I can do it right now, since I'm sure that they had these. So I can at least do that. And the other thing was a straight line across the Austrian part of Papua New Guinea. Maybe even this. If I'm mistaken, I will just cover it back later off camera. Yeah, I think that's fine. These islands, I have no clue. Maybe I'll just delete them since they are very small. And that's how I deal with my problems. Just delete. What else? What else? Any new players in Africa, maybe? Like, Spanish Africa looks about right, I think. We have the Equatorial Guinea, Western Sahara, Northern Morocco. France looks about right. Although I need to create bigger Congo, bigger Cameroon. Other than that, I think that I am done with this continent. Over here, nothing has changed. Other than Ecuador, which I have already marked. Panama Canal, Central America, the Caribbean. Didn't like Denmark used to own one of these islands? Like straight up Denmark. I will look into this a bit later, so I will write an X over here. Because I'm pretty sure Denmark used to own one of these. Or maybe it's so small you cannot see it on the map. Puerto Rico, that was United States at the time. Yeah, that's done. Other than a few things here and there, which I will mark. Egypt. Forgot the Ottomans controlled modern Saudi Arabia coastline. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm talking about right now. On this map, I cannot really do the coastline. It should look something like this. Like, I am aware of this. Let me paint it so you can see it better. It should look like this. And then Saudi Arabia was split in two, if I'm not mistaken. Again, something like this. And there was pretty much another. I think that was Jebel Shamar, and this was Sultanate of Nesht, something like that. And this formed Saudi Arabia. So this is how the Ottoman Empire should have looked like. But I cannot draw the exact borders right now because of this map is limiting me. So I will import another map later off screen, and everywhere where I have an X, I will just improve it. Other than that, I think that I'm done, so I will end the stream. Denmark owned something there, but I don't know if they still owned it. I'm pretty sure they did. I did play... I don't know if you have heard of the video game Making History. It was sort of like Hearts of Iron, but turn-based. And I remember I was playing against... I don't know, I think I was Bulgaria. I attacked Denmark. And all of a sudden I had some Caribbean island right here. So I'm 100% sure that they did own something, but I'm not sure if it's even big to show on the map, or if it's something that doesn't matter. Okay, we have this part of Russia, which I completely missed out. Let me fix that. And yeah, I'm not sure about this thing in China. This is a French territory, but I'm not sure if they had this when the Qing was around, or maybe Qing China when they collapsed. Then France got it, or maybe it's like Macau and Hong Kong, when it was like the Opium Wars. Okay, so Japan, I'm not sure. Did Japan own Korea? Do you guys know? Since again, I haven't set up my stream so well, and every time I tab out, the screen goes black for a second. I'm sure it's kind of annoying for you. So I cannot look if Japan owned Korea. I think that they did, like 90% sure. Maybe Manchuria is not 100% right. And all of these islands, yeah, I think that I have done it. Let me just put a big X on Libya. 7 viewers. Yeah, I'm glad that people are enjoying the stream. I will look later how many dislikes that has, since I'm sure that guy probably has disliked the stream from a couple of accounts, which nothing I can do, so I don't care. He can do whatever he wants. Okay, I'm waiting for Korea. Hey there. Hello, Kid Hank. In 1910, Japan annexed Korea, I believe. Thank you, this is what I was looking for. So yeah, I believe that was Japan, Okinawa, and some random islands which I will most likely delete since they cannot be even seen on the map. Which, why not just do it right now with the Wasu tool? Go on. Like that. And yeah. Maybe Germany didn't own these. I don't know, we'll look into it later. East Timor. Okay, am I missing something, guys? Nice video. Which video are you talking about, Hank? Let me know if I'm missing anything, since I'm not so sure. This is the entire map. I think it's fine. Or maybe let me zoom in Europe, since this is the most important. Okay, I will and Andorra. But where is it exactly? Somewhere over here. But again, X. We'll look into it later. I won't add San Marino. Maybe I should add the Channel Islands. I think that they can be seen on the map pretty easily. Sweden, Norway, nothing changed there. Improve the borders. We have a big Russia with Petersburg in its capital. This should be Persia. Yeah, am I missing something? I think that Bulgaria should have a bit more. These are mountain passages that Bulgaria lost after the First World War to Serbia. And I think that Strumica should be a bit bigger. Something like that even. Like something a bit ridiculous. Yeah, like that. I'm fine with this. Trace, I look into a bit later. Since it's complicated. I'm pretty sure that it was like a straight line, something like that. Actually, this looks a lot better than what I currently have, based on my memory. So I will give it to Greece, like this. This island, I'm not sure if Bulgaria owned, but I don't think somebody knows. Ottomans had Hejaz, west coast of Arabia. Yes, I have marked it as an X because I'm still undecided on how to proceed. A couple of seconds ago I explained that the map of the Ottoman Empire looked something like this, but my map currently cannot show these provinces, so I will leave it out for now, and where is an X, I will return a bit later. Fix Arabia, please. I just explained, and south and east coast of stripes, so claim to white territory. Yeah, I also said that this was the Sultanate of Nesht and this was Jebel Shamar, so yeah, 2 tribes. I explained that a bit before you joined the stream, so that's okay. Yes, Denmark did own USA. Okay, so Denmark used to own something. I will look into it. Well, with that, I think that there is no point in going any further. I will end the stream right here. And thank you everyone for joining, especially... Oh, I'm very sorry with your name. Tukievian? I'm very sorry. And we'll see you later. This is gonna be a somewhat short stream, 1 hour testing. I will later watch the VOD. I will review it. I will see what I can improve, buy a second monitor, and I'm glad that everything turned out to be okay. Some people showed up. Also, the trace north is a straight line connected to Greek territory. Didn't I just do that? Or are you meaning like this? Because, or like this? Because Bulgaria did have a coast back in the day. This map is showing 1910 or 1912, not 1910. So, as a Bulgarian, I can tell you that we used to have coast over here. But after the First World War, we lost it, and Bulgaria was of its smallest extent. It looked like this. It's been fun, yeah. Okay, man, thank you very much, and thank you everyone who participated. Again, see you in next stream. Maybe I'll do one next week. We'll see. I will notify you. I hope that you saw the community post. By the way, before I leave, did you guys see the community post? I'm very curious if you did. But they had the northern part of a bit straight flying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm sure that they did. I'm sure that it was maybe something like this. But I cannot tell for certain. So don't quote me on that. I will just, since that looks very unnatural to me, I'll just put an X and again do it off screen. Since you haven't heard, but I cannot open Google because the screen turns black for you guys. I will fix that issue in later streams, but for now, this is just a test stream. This is just how it's gonna be. So yeah, thank you for watching. Who even is Boga? Ah, don't even ask, mate. Not... Yes, that's the border. Same. I'm glad that you guys randomly stumbled into the stream. You can check out my other videos. I'm doing alternative history, some interesting geography, and I will use these maps on my upcoming videos. I want to make my custom maps, so I'm some sort of unique. And thank you for watching, guys. I will end the stream.